Shalom, beloved family. It's your girl Sophia Spiritualite, and we're here for our daily prayer and reading. We meet every day at Thamur. We say a prayer, we read a psalm, and then we do a three-card reading just to see what messages we can get from the Most High and the angels. So, all praise, glory, and honor goes to the Most High, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the great I Am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, Enoch, Moses, Noah, and Solomon. We ask for permission to speak with the angels for just a few moments so that we can get messages that will allow us to be of better service to you and to the kingdom. Immortal, eternal, ineffable, and sacred Father of all things, who is carried on the chariot rolling without cease, of the worlds which rotate always, ruler of the etheric plane, where your throne of power is exalted, and from whose heights thy formidable eyes discover everything, and your beautiful and saintly ears hear everything. Hearken to your children, whom you have loved from their birth through all time. Since your lasting, great, and eternal majesty shines brightly over the world and the starry heavens, thou art rised above them, O sparkling fire. There you light and maintain yourself in the appropriate splendor. There comes forth from your being never failing streams of light, which nourish your infinite spirit. This infinite spirit generates all things, which makes this inexhaustible treasure of matter which cannot fail to procreate that which always surrounds it, because of the forms without number with which it is filled, and with which you have filled it since the beginning of time. From this spirit, the very saintly kings who are standing around your throne and who compose your court also draw their origin. O universal Father, O unique one, O Father of blissful mortals and immortals, you have particularly created the powers which are marvelously like your eternal thought and your adorable essence. You have established them superior to the angels who announce your wishes to the world. Finally, you have created us sovereigns over the elements. Our continued exertion is to praise you and to adore your desires. We burn with desire to be possessed of you, O Father, O Mother, the most tender of mothers, O admirable example of tender sentiments of mothers, O Son, the flower of all sons, O mold of our shapes. We beloved spirit, soul, harmony, and number of things. We adore you. To the angels, to our personal guardian angels, to the archangels, to the council of 9, to the council of 12, to the council of 24, to the 24 elders, to the 42-letter name of the Most High, to the 72-letter name of the Most High, to the council of the 144,000, to the 216 angels that sit atop the tree of life, to the entire administration of angels, and to all the angels whose names we know and the ones whose names we do not know. We ask that you come, be with us for just a few moments, and give us a message that will allow us to be of better service to the Most High and to the kingdom. All right, so let's read Psalm 51. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness, according unto the multitude of thy tender mercies, blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from mine iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee, thee only have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Hide thy face from my sins, and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. Deliver me from blood guiltiness, O God, thou God of my salvation, and my tongue shall sing aloud of thy righteousness. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall show forth thy praise, for thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart, O God, thou wilt not despise. Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion. Build thou the walls of Jerusalem. Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, with burnt offering and whole burnt offering. Then shalt thou offer bullocks upon thy altar. Selah. All right, so first, we have a few announcements. Um, There's a few things we need to discuss. This prayer is probably going to be a little bit longer than usual, but I kept the beginning part short so the people who want to get to the point of the announcements, um, this is what it is. Number one, first and foremost, if you are interested in learning the bill pay process, send me an email and I will tell you what I know. Other people in the nation are doing the Zooms and all of that, and that's good. I'm definitely a part of that. Um, I, however, am going to make myself available to teach anybody who wants to learn how to do it, how to do it. One on one if necessary. Um, it's not difficult process, but it's one of those things that if someone can walk you through it, it will be a lot easier. So it'll either be me walking you through it, or I'm going to teach my mom and my brother how to do it. One of them walking you through it, depending on if I have time to do it. If I'm busy, it's going to be somebody that I have personally shown how to do the process from someone who personally showed me how to do the process. And so, if you need an understanding on what all of that even means, you're going to have to look around and see what people are talking about. If you just search 1099A on the internet, on YouTube for a while, you'll see a lot of information about it. So I'm not going to explain it to you, but if you want me to walk you through the process so that you can do it properly, I'm making myself available, most high willing, to walk whoever needs to be walked through the process, walk through. Everybody is not capable of learning how to do certain things from some people just need hands on, and I am a person who actually needs hands on, and I was shown, someone explained it to me directly, and therefore the very least I could do to honor them for explaining it to me directly is to explain it to someone else directly, anybody who needs it. So that's first and foremost. Second of all, part of the process of becoming an independent person, it has been recommended that people join different organizations, and specifically different tribes. And I made an attempt to join a particular tribe that everybody recommends. And if you don't know what that is, you can ask somebody else in the nation what tribe they recommend, and it's going to be that one. Okay? And my application was denied because of my use of tarot cards, specifically that I am indeed a medium, a sorcerer, basically a witch, and I do not know what spirits I'm communicating with, and therefore I'm communicating with infernal spirits. And even because Lucifer was an angel, communicating with any angel makes you a sorcerer. And so I feel like this information needs to be known by people in the nation, because people are referring you to join this organization, and it is their held belief that if you talk to any angels in any way, in any form, you are a sorcerer. And that is their position. Even though it's not on their website, they never say it. I did not put down that I do this. I did not refer to this. This is what I do in a public setting, as a public person, as a public figure, and in my private life. I don't talk about stuff like this to people, only in a professional, this setting, public setting. They approved me first without going to my website, and then my website is in my email signature. I mean, I personally will not deny the Most High in whatever form that He presents Himself to me. And everybody has their own opinion about that, keeping things, their public and their private separate and all of that. And everyone can do however they feel comfortable. However, I will not be Peter, who denied Jesus 3 times because it was comfortable. So I don't push it in people's faces, but at the same time, I'm not going to deny the way that I communicate with the angels and the Most High. And therefore, they approved me, and then they went to my website, And apparently they have a problem with Big Judah, which I'm sure nobody in the nation knows. And I am going to leave a message to Big Judah letting him know that they specifically brought his name up in relation to denying my application and also not hearing my appeal. They denied my appeal, they denied my application, and they denied my appeal. And they brought his name up specifically. They specifically talked about the tarot cards. They did not look at one video. They ignored my invocations, my prayers that I do. They ignored the process that I used. They completely ignored every single um, um, precaution I use to ensure that I'm communicating with light energy, with the Most High's energy and His angels, and literally specifically said that communicating with angels, any angels, is sorcery. And so I say that to say this. Number one, if you're a member of this organization, you need to question them. I told them I was referred by members of their organization. So I don't know if they're going to make you do a test, they're going to send out an email, what they're going to do. But I told them I was referred by members of their organization, and therefore they need to question their organization because they don't know who is a member of their organization. Just because they saw my website, they don't know everyone else. And if they did a spiritual background check on me and I passed the spiritual background check, but I failed the website check, and so those people who are members of this particular organization, and whatever organization you're a member of, you need to that in which you had to pledge allegiance to the Most High God, you need to question them on their position on angels. Because if they believe that communicating with the angels of any way, shape, or form, using any medium other than, I don't know, I guess the Most High just talks into their head. He stops everything that they're doing, everything that he has to do, all of his work throughout the whole universe, to stop and talk in their head for everything that they want. That's what they say. And so if your spiritual leaders, because these people knowingly, unknowingly to me, make themselves your spiritual leader, like the Pope. So you need to be aware of these organizations. You need to question their position. As a member, you're allowed to demand to know their position. And so you cannot sit back and join an organization without, especially an organization who purports to connect the tribes of the Most High, and yet is unwilling to accept your communication with the Most High through the angels. You need to seriously check that and see what their position is, so that you are able to see. Because the thing is this kind of stuff happens to me all the time. As I have mentioned, I'm gonna try and make this a little short. As I have mentioned before, I have Pluto as my first planet in my first house. My Uranus, which means I'm going to be the flashiest thing that comes in the room. No matter where I go, everybody's going to look at me every single time. No, I try to blend in. I don't start any trouble. I mind my business. I'm still the flashiest person in the room. Second, I have my Uranus conjunct with my Chiron, which means that I'm also going to be the strangest person that comes in the room. So not only wherever I go am I going to be the flashiest, I'm also going to be the strangest. These things don't bother me. I've always been like this. It's no problem. That's how the Most High made me, and I'm okay with that. So I said that to say this. In my whole life, everyone who has put me into a box and refused to hear my personal explanation for why I do certain things, every single person who has done that and not heard me as my individual person, my direct communication relationship with the Most High, has lived to regret it. And everyone they're affiliated with has lived to regret it. And therefore, being affiliated with this organization, there could possibly be some blowback on you. And it's not because that's what I want. This is what happens. I don't even say it. I explained to the very astute person that I spoke with that what happens is, when people don't hear me, my truth, for what I'm saying out of my mouth, they live to regret it. I don't do anything. This is what the Most High does. This is what the Most High does. I don't do anything, and I gave her the warning. It's similar as to when Big Levi tells people, if you hear something that you don't agree with, don't speak against it, because when you speak against it, and you don't know, you haven't fasted, you haven't prayed, you haven't asked, you haven't nothing, and you just automatically speak against it, you are making yourself, you are taking on, you are denying the Most High. Basically, for lack of a better, you're literally denying the Most High, because nobody, including the Pope, including the Queen, including these many popes, these priests of Mahan, these priesthoods of Mahan, can tell you how the Most High communicates with you. Nobody. I have a list of all of the main seeds I'm going to go over in a video, hopefully soon. And one of the main seeds, the Most High could communicate with you through barley. The Most High could communicate you through tea leaves. The Most High communicate with you through smoke. The Most High communicate with you through entrails, which is disgusting. The Most High communicate with you through numbers. The Most High communicate with you through whatever He says He deems appropriate. And if you're joining an organization, or you're part of an organization and you don't know their position on angels, I highly suggest, you send them a message and you challenge them on what their position is. And if you have paid money to an organization and they did not tell you that their position is something other than what they have made public, you are well within your legal rights to request a refund, because they lied to you. Basically, that's just like when you go to a church and all of a sudden at the church they tell you, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, and they never told you this was their position. You can demand a refund from them. That's false advertising. That's lies, deceit, false advertising for one, and for two, for three. But most of all, it breaks every cosmic law there is, because you are required to be as transparent as possible, especially in your rules and regulations. And that's what the Gentiles did. This is why the Gentiles are going to suffer, because they break the cosmic laws. And I'm going to try and do that video today so you guys can see what I mean by that, and what that means. I was supposed to do that, but I got started with this bill pay stuff and then I didn't get back to it. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. And I know I took up a lot of the prayer time with it, but I think it's important for people to know that you're joining organizations for which they literally consider you sorcerers if you communicate with angels. And therefore, if you join any other organization you should probably do due diligence to inquire about their position on angels before you join. Because I don't know about anybody else, but the Most High, the Holy Mother, Yahushai, and the angels is all in the same category to me. So if you deny the angels, if you deny Yahushai, if you deny the Mother, it's just like denying the Father for me, because they're all parts of a whole. And so you don't have to say anything. I'm guaranteed they're going to say something, but this is just something to keep in mind. This is not to discourage people from joining organizations. It's just now that if you're on this channel, you communicate with the angels all the time. You see angels everywhere and everything. Everything is an angel. And basically, if you're a part of an organization that believes angels are sorcerers, that means when you open your eyes in the morning and take a breath, you're communicating with angels. The air is an angel. So they believe that everything that you do, everything that you have done, everything that you are is evil. Essentially, sorcery is evil. We don't do sorcery over here. Sorcery takes away from energy. What we do over here is light. It's harnessing. We pour into. We sow here. We don't reap. I'm not reaping nothing. I don't ask nobody to join my page. I don't ask nobody to buy my stuff. I don't ask nobody nothing. I say, if you do this, if you do that, this will be the result. If you want, I will do your chart. If you don't want it, get your chart somewhere else. If you want a product, I do offer it. If you don't want the product, don't get it. It's no problem. I don't ask nobody to subscribe, like any of that. I don't ask nobody to follow me. And I won't. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here to do, just like I've been doing every day, every morning, every night, to lead a prayer for the nation, for our deliverance. That's what I do. Anything else that anybody else does, it's voluntary. It's because the Spirit has led you to do that. But me personally, because one of the points was, would I give up the cards? I said absolutely. I didn't want to do this in the first place. And you all who have been watching me from the beginning know I didn't want to do this. This was the last thing I wanted to do. I said no. I said no, no, no. But the Most High took everything away from me, absolutely everything, until I did it. And here we are. And so I just wanted to get this out the way. I was going to do a separate video, but since I already did the prayer and invited the angels in to speak through me already, didn't make sense to go through that process again. So, I wish the best to that organization, but there's a very clear track record in my life, and um, you know, it's a very clear track record in my life on what happens to people who deny me based on who I am and what I say. And so be it. Say la. All right, so we have our, all right, back to our regular order of attendance. Oh, that's the wrong one. Wait a minute. Oh, goodness. Y'all, this is ridiculous. I changed it in one place. Here we go. All right, so we have our tarot of light deck here, and of course this is our daytime deck. It's easy to use, correlates with the Rider Waite. Nice form fuzzy pictures instead of those other kinds. Perfect. So let's just go ahead and pray. All praise, glory, and honor goes to the Most High, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the great I am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We again ask for permission to speak with the angels for just a few moments so that we can get a message that will allow us to be of better service to you and to the kingdom. To the Holy Mother, we thank you for always being with us and guiding us. We acknowledge our older, wiser brother Yahushua and his perfect example. And of course, to the angels whom we've already called in, we ask that you give us a message that's clear, that's easy for us to understand, that's easy for us to apply, and that allows us to be of better service to you and to the kingdom. We are trying our best to be good clients. And of course, we will let the Most High know when you fulfill the covenant so that you are able to get lots of credit for all of your hard work that you do in service to us and to the kingdom. All right, so let's see what we got. Oh, I got these cards upside down. Now, in case anybody was wondering if the Father was indeed with me when this happened to me yesterday, Who that? Who that be? Who that be? The Father. This is what he wanted me to do. All right. Then you have the Seven of Hearts. Some choices need to be made. Very, very clear information about that. This is supposed to be for the nation. Huh? Then there'll be some romance because this is the strangest reading I've gotten. All right, let's see. Let's start with 4, the Emperor. Wow. We got our regular pattern is here. All right, the Emperor, Father. The divine masculine pulses through your thoughts and daydreams. Plans and desires solidify through knowledge and inspired action. The Emperor embodies intelligent design where all people, experiences, and situations have their place and purpose. Consider all the areas of your life and reevaluate any part that may not be working. You can be your own father by respecting your ideas and protecting your goals as you find a way for them to manifest. Recognize your inner strength, be a leader of your thoughts, and provide a foundation for your emotion. Stand your ground, regain your self-respect. Ooh, pick up yourself and dust yourself off. This is not a time to force against or try to control. This is a time to focus on your desires and allow inspired action to pour through your being. And this correlates with the Emperor card, which is intelligence, stability, protection, masculine influence, and confidence. And I could say for me personally, when I had to deal with these people, I felt the Most High with me. And that's why I was like, let me be clear about this because the Most High is with me. I felt, and just the way I was talking about it, that's a confidence, a very masculine sort of confidence that now I see when I have to deal with people in that situation. That's the Most High. He comes directly and says, "Put out my mouth what I need to say," and I didn't say too much, and I didn't say too little, but I said enough that the point that got across, and it's very I feel protected, stable, all of that. You know, that's the Father showed up, and some every people fail the test, and you already know what happens when you fail. The spirit is ripped from you. If you ever had the spirit, it gets ripped from you, and you can see that by some people online. All right, the next card is the Seven of Hearts, which is choices. Variety is the spice of life. Select the ingredients and sprinkle the world with a flavor of your own. The Seven of Hearts finds you at a crossroads, wondering which way to go. Take a deep breath, hold it, and let it go. Do this four more times before moving through one decision at a time, and be a witness to your emotional and physical responses. Consider each choice and experience your feelings. Does it make your heart sing? Does it feel nourishing, exciting, safe, or scarily unfamiliar? Go deeper into your responses until you are making the choice for yourself, not out of fear or negative conditioning. There are infinite variables that have not yet been decided. You can focus on a new path at any time. And this correlates with the Seven of Cups, which is daydreams, fantasy, contemplation, and foolish whims. And so I think that is going to come up today. So, you know, obviously, as you go through your day, you'll have choices to make. And so what you want to avoid at all possible, at all times, is to make a decision because you are afraid to do anything else. So like, for example, one of my friends asked me, if this plan that I'm working on with the bill pay, if it doesn't work, what's your backup plan? I said, I have no backup plan. Number one, I'm not afraid. I know it's going to work. Number two, the Most High is my backup plan. So whatever plan he gives me next, whatever path he gives me next to take is the path I will take. I'm not going to be like, oh, I need a backup plan for this because this didn't work, or I need a backup plan for that because that didn't work. No, what it is the Most High will give me another plan. Whatever the next plan is, I don't know. Whatever he says to do next, that's going to be my next plan. I'm not going to operate from a place of fear. I know that whatever he's giving me will work because that's the promise, that's the covenant I made with him. In exchange for doing his will the way that he says to do it. And so the way that he tells me to do it, which is not, of course, not the same for everyone. But Yeah, so that is another thing with choices is that you can make a choice and then unmake it. That's part of the fear thing too. So, like if you choose like to be in a relationship with someone, you can unchoose that, and you can't feel bad about it. There's no need to have any kind of emotion or anything else about it. You just unchoose and you keep moving. Because a lot of times, especially us women, we feel like when we make a choice, we have to stick with that choice for no matter what. And I've never done that. I mean, my kids all have different fathers. I don't care because I'm not going to let anybody walk all over me. I'm going to choose you. And then if something changes and there's a problem, then I'm going to unchoose you. And that's my prerogative and my right to be able to unchoose you if you don't agree with the person who I am at any time. Even though I've always been the same person, now you see a different side of me and you don't agree with that person that you see now, you need to go head on because I've always been the same person. Now, because you didn't talk to me about a particular topic, you didn't ask me a particular question, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, that's on you. That's on you because I have not changed. I've been the same person. I've always been this person. There's never a time when I haven't been this person. I'm just more of myself, which people don't like, but it is what it is. Again, I have nothing to say about any of that. You know, I have nothing to say about it. So the last card is the Knight of Hearts. Let's see what this means. Romance. A romantic encounter will awaken your mind and heart and the love that has always been inside you. The Knight of Hearts inspires romance. Someone will stir and arouse your sensuality, enliven you with the desire to let go, to love, and dare you to chase happiness beyond anything you have ever experienced. This encounter will be instrumental in reshaping your view about love and life. A mind-blowing experience will free your heart from self-imposed protection. Have fun with this person. Enjoy the deliciousness of each moment, but have no expectations. This person, idea, or energy may leave as quickly as it arrives. However, the value of this experiment is not its permanence. Your heart has opened to the wonderment of love. Move towards your true desires. And this correlates with the Knight of Cups, which is introspection, romance, dreams, and proposal. And so this could be a physical person, but given this reading is, I will feel like it's a spirit. You know what I mean? Like a spirit is going to come and touch you with the kind of joy and peace that you did not know existed. And once you get a taste of this freedom, I mean, this true freedom, and the angel has big wings and all of that. And once you get a taste of this kind of freedom to be who you are and to love yourself, it's very difficult to go back into a limiting situation. And so one thing like with me is that I understand that when you're dealing with the various angels, spirit intelligences, or whatever, the way that they interact with you is the way that they interact with you is it's different. You know what I mean? But each experience is like I would say more powerful than the last. And as you move up the different, as you get closer to the Most High and dealing with Him directly, getting closer to Him directly, going to where He is directly, as opposed to Him coming to you, like He does when he comes to talk to us. When you get closer to going to Him, um, that's an experience that it really is without description. And it's hard to explain, but it feels like how this sounds, like awakening your mind and heart to the love that has always been within you. I just know through this whole process, I love myself enough to know exactly what I can tolerate and exactly what I cannot tolerate, and I don't feel any type of way about that. And when I encounter people who say they do feel some type of way about it without accepting me for the words coming out of my mouth, I don't feel no type of way about that either, except to give you the blessing and the curse, which is if you hear if the maid servant of the Most High tells you something that the Most High has told her, and you immediately reject it, those people live to regret it. And I don't do anything, and it's also in regards to people in your life. Like, for example, I decided last night that I'm not willing to share this information with anybody who believes I'm a sorcerer or I'm engaged in witchcraft. And that's my line in the sand. If you learn how to do this stuff from me, you agree with my lifestyle. You agree that this is the way that I communicate with the Most High. And that's an express agreement and an implied agreement, both. You expressly believe that this is the way that I communicate with the Most High, and by doing business with me, it's implied. And if either of those are untrue, because you declare to me that I am a sorcerer or engaged in witchcraft or whatever the case may be, then I won't share this information with you, because I got this information from people who engage in the same kind of activities as I do. And so if you want the information, you have to delimit yourself, and you have to accept the Most High, the Most High's child, me, the Most High's child, for what the Most High's child says. And therefore, there's some people I haven't mentioned the process to at all, and I won't, because they don't agree with my lifestyle. And people who I said I would tell, I'm not, because they don't agree with my lifestyle. That's the least I can do. This whole thing is for the children of light to rise. And so if the children of light refuse to rise, then, they don't want to. They don't want to be a part of it. They don't want anything. That's what it is. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do. So it's nothing I'm willing to do, because that's what the Most High told me. And also the people I learned it from, I expressly or implied agreed with their communicating with the Most High through these various methods. It's the same thing. And so that's why our people perish, because you had people like me trying to tell people, look, we got to communicate with the Most High with all the tools in the toolbox. And then you had the priesthood of Mahan telling the Hebrew Christians that people like me who wanted to communicate with the Most High in whatever form he chose, because I didn't choose this. This is what I keep trying to, it's like talking to a brick wall. I didn't choose this. This chose me. The light chose me. I didn't choose the light. The light chose me. And so since the light chose me, I communicate with the light the way the light says. I can't tell the light how to communicate with me. I can request the light communicate me in a different way, like with my dreams. I ask for my dreams back. But I can't tell the light to communicate with me this way, that way, whatever way. It doesn't work like that. So, anyway, I've gone on way too long about this, but I think you all get the point, Wow, this is at 40 minutes. Let's do our blessing of the Sephirot. Y'all didn't even see the cards. Look at this. Hold on, let me let y'all see the cards. Good God. I talk about this whole thing. It's just, I'm sorry. Okay, so now y'all see the cards. Let me get myself together to do the blessing of the Sephirot. Let y'all see these since I flubbed. But I hope the message was received. that needed to be received, and that you all question your leaders. Shining, can't you see me shining? Oh, shining. This pencil doesn't work. Today is what? The 15th. My bad, you guys. I said this was going to be long. All right, let's do our blessing of the Sephiroth. All right. Blessed be the light beyond all being, forever blessed be the mighty one. Keter, blessed be the breathing of origination, forever blessed be the mighty one. Chokma, blessed be eternal wisdom, forever blessed be the mighty one. Bina, blessed be omniscient understanding, forever blessed be the mighty one. Chesed, blessed be perpetual compassion, forever blessed be the mighty one. Gevora, blessed be almighty justice, forever blessed be the mighty one. Tiferet, blessed be transcendent beauty, forever blessed be the mighty one. Netzach, blessed be unceasing victory, forever blessed be the mighty one. Had, blessed be surpassing glory, forever blessed be the mighty one. Yesod, blessed be infallible foundation, forever blessed be the mighty one. Malchut, blessed be all life throughout the kingdom, forever blessed be the mighty one. All praise, glory, and honor goes to the Most High, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, the great I am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We thank you for allowing us to speak with the angels, and we would like to report back that they have indeed given us a message that fulfilled the covenant, and therefore we would like credit to be added to their record. We thank the Holy Mother for always being with us. We acknowledge our older, wiser brother Yahushai. And to the angels who are here, we thank you for your hard work and dedication. Of course, we have let the Most High know that you fulfilled the covenant. Let God be praised in the beginning and the end. Who supplicates him, he will neither despise nor refuse. God above us, God before us, God possessing all things, may the Father of heaven grant us a portion of mercy. Beru Shem Kevod Malchuto Lo Olam Vayed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom throughout eternity. Ha Rashaman Hu Yeshazir Lanu Avodat Biet Hamikdash Lemkoma Bimhira Biyamanu Omen, 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 and Selah. May the merciful one restore unto us the service of his holy temple to its place speedily and in our days. Amen, 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 and Selah. To the spirits who are here with us, you're invited to go in peace. To my beloved viewers, you're invited to be at peace. And always remember, the Most High is your peace. Shalom, everyone. We'll see you for the reading tonight at Thamur. Sasor.